Heya, this is Sydney, and I am here to talk us through Wednesday, April 23rd, 2025. It is Mercury's day, and Mercury is in Aries, which is great because when he was in Pisces, that was a nightmare. So, Mercury in Aries is always about, kind of speaking intuitively, instinctively, and kind of processing a bit faster than it was definitely used to in Pisces. There can also be some fighting words, right? It's in a fire sign, and it's also in a sign that, speaks to Martian behavior. And so there can be something, speaking a bit to our passions, our anger. We're fired up. We're fired up about things. Moon is in Pisces today, and it's going to quincunx Mars in Leo, very, very early morning, 12:43 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Hopefully you won't be awake. This is in asking for adjustment. It can also bring a sense of like nervous energy. Um, really needing to make some sort of shift in how we are moving and taking action, but we don't really quite know which way to go. And we could be just feeling like no matter what we choose, it's not quite good enough. 1:25 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, we get a sextile of that moon to the sun. This is cozy vibes. We can also feel a bit like we want to roll up in our blankets and get real stationary and cozy and not do anything for the day. But we don't necessarily get to do that because it is Wednesday and people got to work. Now that we get to the morning, I think this is when we start cooking with grease. We get some semi-sextiles, which is, again, something uh, emerging, something where we're trying to kind of grasp its worth, its value, but we don't really quite know how to get there yet. And the big aspects of the day, one of them being at 9:54 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, we get that Sun square Pluto in Aquarius. Now, this can bring some feelings of being quite fired up. This is real passionate. This is feeling like we're being attacked because of how we decided to express ourselves, perhaps. Um, Sun Pluto squares can really feel like you need to assert yourself. Powerful personality kind of aspect, especially whenever Pluto touches the sun. And we're kind of feeling maybe attacked for it, or like other people don't think we're quite good enough, or we're being asked to change. There's an intensity to the things that we're trying to create. We can be a little bit self-obsessed at this time, or feeling like people are a little bit too obsessed with us. There can be some of that too. There is an impetus to make some sort of change, though, on like a molecular, deep level. The sun in Taurus, again, as a reminder, is really about our substance value, uh, consistency, stability. It's about resources, right? Feeling resourced. And Pluto in Aquarius is really trying to change, transform uh, all of like society and how that kind of operates in the world. The sun in Taurus just kind of wants to be left alone to do its own thing. And Pluto in Aquarius is like, we all have to be in this together. We all need to work together for some sort of common goal. So when these two planets come together in a square, in kind of a hard, this is a hard aspect in a fixed square, the sun is being asked to shift in some sort of way, to change and eliminate old behaviors in order for it to behave a little bit more cohesively, to be a part of the world that we kind of work in. But again, this can feel a bit explosive, a bit powerful, a bit intense. Later on in the day, we have Venus conjunct Saturn, and this is at 8:14 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And Venus conjunct Saturn, one, I think that this hopefully will do some sort of like freeze or stop in the volatility of what is going on with our money. This can also be a time where love gets real serious and commitment gets really serious. Whenever we have a contact of a planet to Saturn, it kind of, well, it chills it out, right? It tries to kind of stabilize it. It gives it a sense of weight, of heaviness, of seriousness. There is a new cycle beginning with Venus and Saturn around our money that is going to be happening right now. And we know that a lot of things have been like rapidly shifting in terms of our financial system. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens. This also kind of feels like a commitment to love, commitment to some sort of new art or aesthetic, a commitment to some new values that we have undertaken. This is a wrapping up, right? The conjunction is a wrapping up of something old in order to begin this new cycle that they're going to go into. I think that this is a very active day. I feel like this is kind of running through the gauntlet. I don't necessarily feel like we're going to feel any sort of settled or feeling secure today. I feel like today is something that definitely brings us into feeling a bit shooken up, and like something is kind of emerging on the surface. And again, we are going into Mars-Pluto opposition. Something is forming here. It's bubbling up, and it has to do with stories that started in November and also again in December. All right. So that's Wednesday, and I will talk to you about Thursday tomorrow. Take care.
Hey, thank you for listening to today's Astro Weather with me. I'm Sydney. As a reminder, I'm always open to seeing both new and my beloved returning clients. My website is ddastrology.com. That is D as in dog, D as in dog, astrology.com to check me out, and just click the email buttons in order to schedule with me. If you're into a more conversational feel with your podcast and content, I have a podcast called BS Astrology with my fellow Mercurial Mommy Bender, and we put out episodes every Sunday for the week. Just search BS Astrology on YouTube or wherever you enjoy listening to your podcast, including Spotify, Audible, and more. Have a good day.